Hey everybody and welcome back. So, time to do a new top 10 list. 10 tips to become a better 3D artist. Now, I'm going to be covering a couple of tips that I think you won't expect. Here we go. This video has been sponsored by Bloop Animation. If you want to learn 2D or 3D animation, the principles of any animation, storyboarding foundations, or even how to create an entire animated movie, then just follow the link in the description and you will get a begin-to-end course while supporting my channel at no extra expense to you. Okay everybody, so here are 10 quick tips how to improve as a 3D artist. Alright, number 1. Practical lighting. Well, practical lighting is something used in the movies all the time, and in animated movies what we like to do is try to mimic real life movies, quite often anyway. And what they do a lot in real life movies is they use practical lighting. Basically what that means is that the light sources in that particular scene are actually seen in that scene. So you would have somebody sitting on a couch and the face is lit by the TV that's on and so forth. So as a viewer you understand where that light's coming from. Now my tip for you, or the little exercise for you, would be this. Whenever you're sitting in a room, let's say a doctor's appointment or whatnot, check out the room you're in and look at where the light is coming from and where it's going. So make a simple sketch of that, right? Just make a box that looks like the room and make a couple of circles with arrows. Okay, that's a light source. It's a light at the ceiling or the sun outside, and that's where it's coming into the room and that's what it's hitting, right? They'll give you a much better understanding of what a good light setup might be, but more importantly, what a poor one is. When you're at the stage that lighting is the only thing you need to worry about as far as skill set, that means you're pretty advanced, right? Now, I've seen numerous occasions where, for example, somebody is walking on a dirt road in the middle of the night in the desert, right? And the only light source is the moon behind him. And yet his face is fully lit, that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so on to number 2. All right, number 2, finish at least one complete piece a week. What do I mean? I mean low poly, high poly, UV mapping, the whole 9 yards, texturing, lighting, rendering, right? Now, why is that? Well, for a couple of reasons. First of all, people have the tendency to skip what they don't like. If you hate UVing, then probably you're going to be doing a lot of modeling, or you're going to be texturing, pre-UV'd models or whatnot. What you need to do is you develop your skill. That means doing the stuff you don't like as well, right? So make one piece a week and finish it from start to end, and that'll get your routine in, right? Okay, number 3, diversify. Now, I talked about this in my live streams quite a bit, and in this case, I'm going to talk about it as in the Model T artist that I always talk about. What does that mean? Well, a Model T artist means an artist with a specialty, let's say very good at creating smoke and fire, but also a very horizontal base when it comes to all sorts of other skills. Now, why is that important? Well, if you only got one skill, then you're not going to stay very attractive to the market unless you are crazy skilled. I mean, how much need is there for an artist that only does one thing, right? So make sure that you can create a 3D logo, you can create a prop, you can create some effects, and so forth and so on. The more skills you have, the better your possibilities are to make a living as a 3D artist, right? Okay, number 4. And this one is always so important for me because I see good work and then I see where this has gone wrong, and then it sticks out like a sore thumb, right? And that is eye for detail, skill, proportions, and ratio. Okay, so get it right, people. There's no excuse to get it wrong. I mean, looking at all the resources out there are websites that will tell you exactly how high a lamppost is in New York City, right? It will tell you what the width is of a taxi, what the height is of a bus stop, and so forth. So I see this off so many times, and that will throw off your scene completely. So check out websites that have overviews of this and try to incorporate that into your workflow. That would be my tip, right? Okay, next one, number 5, have a plan. So time management wise. Now I know it's boring, yeah, there's a time management again, but it has a couple of reasons. First of all, time management will help you to get things done, but more importantly, it will help you to develop a routine. if you're going to work freelance, for example, and a client's going to ask you, okay, how much time is that going to cost and how much money is it going to cost, you need to have a good understanding of what you are able to do. And by having a time management set up, you will have a better understanding, right? Now the next one, I think that's a fun one, and I named it Collect Good Artists. Now, don't bring them all home. I mean, you can do that and have some fun, but that's not the idea here. Collect good artists. What I mean by that is you need to build a network with people that you believe are at least equally skilled as you are, or even better, right? There's no sense from a professional standpoint to try to grow by looking at people that have less skills than you. I mean, you can learn from them for sure, but if you want to challenge yourself, make sure you surround yourself with a very, very good artist, okay? And then the next one is kind of a spin-off on that one. Number 7, once you have that network, it will help you to build a presence in the industry. They know you, they know people, you're starting to build a network, and once you know them and trust them, ask them for a very honest, brutal critique, right? Take it and learn from it. Now that's always an issue, I know, because sometimes we have we're really sensible to that kind of stuff. But once you respect people and know them for what they are, and you know that they will be honest, it will be a good thing to do, and it will definitely help you to grow, right? Okay, now number 8 is something that I personally like a lot, and I do a lot, and that is surround yourself with inspiration. Okay, so for example, there are people that you look up to. Stick a photo of them on the wall, right? There's a particular animated movie that you're a great fan of. Collect some props, some toys, some whatever inspires you when you walk into your workplace that you want to be like them or create something like they did and so forth, right? So I got a whole workplace set up, and it's kind of a proven thing that if you are allowed to decorate your workspace, overall you'll feel better, you'll be more productive, and you'll have more fun, right? So yeah, that would be my tip. Okay, so number 9. Well, this is kind of a no-brainer because I talk about this all the time, but that is study photography, right? Now, you don't necessarily have to buy a camera and go out and take photos, but watch photography tutorials. Learn about photography because it will help you so much to understand composition, lighting, line flow, and all that kind of stuff, right? And also scene setup, what kind of lenses to use. I mean, although you're working in 3D, you have all the same principles as in photography and film, right? I mean, you got cameras, you got multiple cameras, you got different lenses, you got angles and all that kind of cool stuff, right? So again, I don't know, I apologize, I say it all the time, but study that, right? Okay, and then finally number 10. Number 10 is compete in challenges, because that will help you in so many ways. If you compete in a challenge, you need time management because you need to hit a deadline, right? You will need to be able to withstand critique because they are going to judge you, right? You will most likely end up having some sort of friendship or relationship with other 3D artists that participated as well. So it kind of ticks a lot of boxes, and it also gives you a good understanding of your personal growth, right? So these are my 10 tips for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope they are helpful. Please let me know if you have any additional tips that I forgot. If so, let me know in the comments, and I'm sure that others will benefit from that. All right? Well, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.